Okay, now that the Apple AirPods are officially released, what are some of my thoughts on it? Well, a while back, I did leave some of my thoughts on Apple's recent announcements, most specifically the MacBook Pro line, and also at the time, the announcement of the Apple AirPods. And the Apple AirPods was actually something that I really thought was different, and it was something that I think Apple could do right, but we wouldn't know until they actually released it. Now that they've actually released it, here's some of my thoughts, and leaving all the hyperboles aside of magical, effortless, and they even put groundbreaking down there. It's a mixed bag, at least from my opinion. It's Apple being Apple. So some things I really think that they look like they did well, but some other things it's just typical Apple. So let me go ahead and get to some of the things that I kind of touched on with my first initial reactions when they announced this. First and foremost, Apple, quite often, as it has been the case for a while now, they're really not introducing anything new. Okay, we've already had wireless headphones for a long time, primarily with Bluetooth. Now, what they have done, it looks like, is once again, they make the process a lot more seamless and a lot more reliable than other manufacturers have been able to do. And if you look at any of the early reviews, that's kind of the same thing that everybody is saying, in a sense that the most important thing is the fact that this particular AirPods, above any wireless solution before it, it actually maintains its signal so much better than any other Bluetooth solution before. And that's one of the big problems that I think everybody's had with wireless earphones, wireless earbuds before, is the fact that they do not hold their connection. And that's one of the big reasons why I do not use any type of Bluetooth headset accessory, because I do not like that. Now, my personal opinions on the whole wireless versus wired solution is the fact that in general, I prefer a wired solution, okay? But it's only for certain things. Obviously, we have our mobile phones, and having that wireless solution for many things makes your life a lot more convenient. But certain things like my mouse or even a game controller, and more importantly, the most important is your earphones, I definitely want it wired. I do not like latency, especially when it comes to my audio, and I don't like things just dropping off. So when it comes to earphones, wired all day long. That is my personal opinion. Now, going back to what the Apple AirPods bring to the whole game, it's their connectivity. Okay, nobody, I don't think, really expected these to blow you away with their audio quality. It's going to be good enough. More than good enough, I would say, for most people who are going to be buying these, and they're primarily going to be mass consumers who are, Apple aficionados, or people who just have Apple products in their life. And so I think for the majority of people who are buying this, they will enjoy it. Okay, but if you are a audiophile, or you really love audio quality, and that's a priority for you, then I really do not think these are going to be the solution for you. And most people who already are in that, they're probably not going to look at this anyway as a serious solution. However, one of the benefits that the Apple AirPod is bringing is their battery life. And that's one thing that Apple historically has always been good at, notwithstanding any problems with software with battery life, but up to 5 hours, that's really good, as a matter of fact, for a charge. And one thing that is kind of polarizing, but now you could kind of see why they did it this way, is the way that it looks. See how it sticks out there? That's just kind of weird, but it does look better than I think that most Bluetooth headsets for phones, but they still look weird. But you understand why they're doing this is because the signal. You want to get the best signal possible, and I'm pretty sure that's part of the antenna design, if that's really how it works, which I'm pretty sure it is. And so there's really not much to talk about in terms of other functionality on this. It is wireless, it lasts up to 5 hours, and as everybody has already talked about, the connectivity is probably the best thing going for this, okay? And, now here's the typical Apple stuff. The typical Apple stuff is the fact that these Apple AirPods will only work on Apple-related products. So, if you wanted to try this out, whether you're in Windows, Linux, Android, good luck. Unless you can find a solution, which I'm pretty sure some people will find a solution. But that's, I would have liked to try these, despite the extremely high price tag. I'm pretty sure you could find some use in the future. I would really do want to try this solution, because I do think that in the future, and one of the things that Apple does well, and they're still doing well, is they take existing technologies and they make it, for the most part, easier for consumers, and the experience is usually better overall with their solutions versus other solutions. But that's not always the case, okay? I always used to praise Apple for their simplicity, but now with their dongles and adapters and lack of features, I really can't put them up there in simplicity anymore. However, in terms of the design and overall ease of use when you have compatible Apple products, then I still think that they are ahead. Okay. Now, when you do spend your $160, let's say $159, but let's just say $160, what are you actually getting? Well, you're actually going to get the AirPods, obviously, a charging case, and a Lightning to USB cable. So here's the interesting thing, and Apple's not the only one who's done it. You get all this, but you don't get a like a USB to wall mount. So then you can't plug this into your wall, and so you're going to have some type of adapter, which most people do for charging. But the charging case is the only way that you can charge these. Obviously, there will be third-party solutions in the future. And one of the things that everybody was worried about, and a lot of people are still talking about, is the fact that you don't want to lose these. Okay, so a lot of people are talking about how to keep them in your ear, and that's the whole Apple thing once again. More people are talking about, well, simple things that you would think that would not be a problem, but it will be a problem. If you lose these, you're out of luck. You're gonna have to buy new ones, and you can't even fix it on your own with most Apple products. You're not able to do that anyway. And so yeah, be sure you don't drop it, and also you shouldn't take this with you when you're working out. But going back to this stuff, this is basically all you get with it. Very simple. But once again, the practicality of it, it's the whole simplicity and not simple aspect of it. I would not want to lose these, but at the same time, if I'm spending this much money for these type of devices, I would think, they would make it a little bit easier to maintain, or also even to charge. But, it's kind of what you get with that. So that's pretty much it for this particular episode. I was really waiting to see in total what Apple was going to do with these, but it's pretty much what we expected. Okay, I mean, it's primarily more or less design over function, and in more case now practicality. Okay, I still think in general their solution, wireless, is still going to work better than the majority out there, and there are more expensive wireless earphones than what the Apple AirPods offer. However, is it worth $160? In my opinion, no. I mean, even if I had Apple products, I just don't think I would spend that much money. And if I did spend that much money for a audio solution, I would definitely get better sounding earphones or earbuds that are actually wired. Okay, so if you had any thoughts on the Apple AirPods or just wireless earphones out there, be sure to leave them in the comments area below. And as always, if you did enjoy these videos, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. See you in another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.